Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning.
Good. Come on. All right, let's try that again. Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning.
Thank you. Post coffee. All right. So thank you in advance for turning off your noisemakers, cell phones, alarms, and anything else, growling stomachs that may be in the way of you being present with us, spending our time together. If you're here online, welcome. Glad you're here. And you can check on the closed captioning stuff if you need assistance, but don't really count on everything from the closed captioning. It can get to be an adventure. Right. Whether online or in person. Together. I also want to take a moment to honor the many folks who are love in action here today and supporting our celebration this morning. Our musical inspiration is by Susan and the House Band. Glad that they're here today. And our tech team, Sue and Belinda, are here today. Sherry's here today. Who else is here today on the tech team? Anybody I'm forgetting? Cheryl Ray's back running the board, the sound board. Our greeter, Doug, is always here, welcoming everybody in. We've also got licensed spiritual practitioners serving us today. Alicia Hannon. Thank you. Sorry, Alicia. My writing is bad, and I knew that anyway. Why am I trying to read instead of just be here? And Marilyn O'Leary is also holding high watch. Talia Huron is here as platform assistant, is going to be anchoring us in our opening prayer, leading our vision and mission statements, and sharing the reading for the day. And Reverend Gill is here, being Reverend Gill and bringing our inspirational message. Now I've got a few more announcements for you. When you release what's in the way, what's left is who you are. Be with that for a second. In that effort, we're doing a 21-day consciousness cleanse experience. Starts on the 15th as you wish, do you on the 15th, and then it's going to be 3 Wednesdays, April 17th, 24th, and May 1st, 6:30 to 8 p.m. Sessions 1 and 2 are Zoom only. Session 3 is in person with Zoom available. The accompanying book, you ready for this? $5 in the bookstore. Someone donated a bunch of used books that are still in wonderful shape like this one is, and the course is $47. That's cheap. So if you look around the room, you'll see some QR codes. Find those, scan those, do those. We also have some stuff, good news from the bookstore. The latest Science of Mind magazine, April edition, is available in the bookstore. We'll be doing happy birthday to everybody who's here and online for your April birthday. And if it's your birthday month, you can get 10% off any non-sale item at the bookstore. Also, April's Artist of the Month is Julie Stouffer, who's doing handmade jewelry. And the bookstore has $5 used book bag sale happening again. And books are displayed in the social hall. Each bag is $5. Go early, dig, look, find, and enjoy. Thank you.
Not so much. Leave it down. There you go. Takes a little practice. Good morning, fellow travelers. We gather here this morning at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living to remember who we are, to be with that divine essence that shows up in us and each one of us here. And so it is that we gather with this divine essence. And we become amplified into the greater of who we are, so that we not only know all of who we are, we become even more. And so we get to express that value, that beauty, that divinity as we gather here and then we move outward into the world, into our week afterwards. And so it is that we know that divine presence within us and are grateful. And I welcome you all here for that divine showing up this Sunday here at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Aho.
I think it's time for our congregational song. I'm sure it is. And we're going to welcome the band to the stage. We have Shimon King with us. We have John Talon. We have Victor Padilla. And my name is Susan Clark, and my pronouns are she and her. And we're going to do a Michael Gott song for you. We got Gott this morning, so would you stand up, please, and we'll get some energy going? Give him some love. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. While you wait. Thank you very much.
So, we're going to have a screen. Oh, we will have it. Yes. All that I need comes to me, right? So here it is. Any moment. Sometimes it's in God's time.
That's right.
It's not our time. Yeah. And this is just life here. Okay. Our vision. Will you join me in reading our vision statement, please? No? Yes, you will. Okay. Vision statement. transforming our world with the power of love in action, our mission statement, loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Blessings, everyone. Welcome. Was the band good? All right. Very cool. Yes, the singers were good too. Everybody was good over there. That last line though, the last
That's on me.
Yeah.
Not the band.
That's all right. That happens to me too. So, we are just holding the space today for perfection, as we always do. And I'd like to just go over what we anchor as the truth of our time together. So as a New Thought, Science of Mind congregation, we anchor into a few things, and we can kind of sum them up with these four. We believe in how many powers? One. That's right. We have one power, many names, but it's still the one. And we believe that our thought is creative. And therefore, we are, watchful for what we're holding on to and thinking in our heads. We have to know the truth rather than what we're thinking sometimes. And we believe that everything ultimately is what? Do you know? Love. Yeah, that too. It's love. Whether it shows up as looking like we'd like it to, or it looks like something else. It's still love. So that's all there is. And finally, we know that each one of us is perfect, whole, and complete. So there's the wholeness right there. So we stand in that as we share together. And with that, I'm grateful to just welcome everybody who's online, and say that, this only happens because of each one of us that shows up. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to just welcome anyone who's new with us or newer with us. We just want you to know that we appreciate your presence. We're glad you're here. And we would like to bless everybody in the congregation. So we're going to rub our hands together. We're going to send out some energy. And if you're online, receive this. If you're here in the room, receive this and know it's for you. We see you. We know who you really are. We know that you're a divine creation of spirit. We know that you are whole, perfect, and complete. We love you. We welcome you. And we thank God for you. Welcome to Rio Grande. And now we would like to have our reading for this morning. And Talia's coming up. Thank you all for working with us as we continue to evolve the morning service.
And we continue to evolve. All right. So the reading I have for today comes from our lovely Guide for Spiritual Living, Science of Mind. But it is not the one for today's reading. Hold on a second. I have to do the glasses here. And I have to find it again. I lost my place. Okay. So I'm going to read the leads, and then I'm going to read the reading. And this is called A Stir of the Soul. And it says, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Author unknown. We must not forget that what we call our thought is really the place where we are using the creative mind itself. And that is by Ernest Holmes. And then the text. Being creative means allowing life to move through you. If you silence your own creativity, refusing to give it expression, you betray yourself. Your creativity comes as a seed to be nurtured by your love and attention. A divine muse will drop this seed as an idea, an inkling, a possibility, perhaps an image, a vision, or an urge, luring you to come and play in the creative field. A new playmate may catch you unexpectedly, enticing you out of your secure realm into imagination of unlimited potential. If you don't believe in your creative expression, it will never see the light of day. It will be challenged again and again by apprehension as your confidence fluctuates, maybe drops. But you are an alchemist who brings the hint of the possible into form. The more you illuminate the stir of the soul, the more excited you become to bring it into life, irrespective of what others think or may think. It has chosen you as its place of birth. It will enter this world with your unique characteristics. It has chosen you. Be real with what you are loving into reality. If you don't deliver this gift to the world, no one else ever will. It has your stamp on it. It is your contribution to give, and without you, it would never be expressed. Thank you.
We'll be right there.
Anybody know any good jokes?
No. Better hurry.
Norm. Meant not adult jokes.
Thanks for your patience. All right. Good morning again. Every inch of my body, each fiber and cell is vibrating with desire, high on life itself. I'm consciously making space, opening and allowing. I'm doing the work that's needed. I'm ready, bring it in, 'cause I know I am worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new day, a new way of living, a world waking up, we are rising in love. Breathing deep, I feel God within and around me. The true light of my being is there for me to see. All is becoming clear. The veil is oh so thin. Everything is changing. I'm ready, bring it in, 'cause I know I am worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way rising in love. I know I am worthy, worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is a new way of living. And I'm waking up, we are rising in love. And now I remember why I am here. Got nothing to lose, all is to gain. And I choose to live from love instead of pain. 'Cause I know I am worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, dream I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way of living. A world waking up, I am rising in love. I know I am worthy, worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way of living. A world waking up, we are rising in love. I know I am worthy, worthy of it all. The wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. This is the new way of living. A world waking up, we are rising in love. Thank you.
Am I on? Yeah, I am. Okay. Oh, good morning. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Thank you. Rising in love. That sounds familiar. Oh, that's right. We talked about that last week. But isn't that ultimately what it's about? Rising in love. How do we rise in love? How do we know? I mean, how do we anchor that? Well, I'm going to suggest that it's about value. This conversation came up with the spiritual practitioners of the center, the folks that have spent 4 years becoming licensed to stand in the truth. And we talked about what is your value? And how do you see yourself as valuable? And it became a very interesting discussion. So today I thought I'd talk about value. Now, basic things. Anybody ever made an investment? Okay. If we've made an investment, our hope is that the value will go up. That's right. If we buy a brand new car and we drive it home, we know that the value goes down. That's right. So, value, based on our outer discussion, is it's dependent. It's dependent on who's talking about it. It's dependent on who thinks about it, who is looking at it. The actual definition of value is the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. So that's dependent on someone's opinion. Well, value is something deeper. And I'm going to invite us to take just a moment and watch this very short clip that they're going to show us here. Because value, this will all just remind you of what it is. Maybe. They're getting it. There it comes. Okay. Well, we worked on this to figure out if we could actually do it. And the exciting part was we figured out we could. And that was the exciting part. Okay, here we go. Do we have sound? Okay. Well, Luckily, it's got words right on it. Aha. Anybody remember that ad campaign from Matt? Oh, they're going to do it again. Do we have sound this time? Nope. Okay. Anybody remember that ad campaign? It was brilliant, wasn't it? So, all the different things that we do, and yet there's that part that we can't put a number on. We can't decide how much it's worth. We can't evaluate it and make a decision. It just is. It just is. So value is something that comes from within rather than without. So I'm going to tell you a story that is actually included. I found it in Debbie Ford's book, The 21-Day Consciousness Cleanse. And the story is, and some of you may know it, about a monastery in Thailand. And this monastery had to move. And so the moving required them to move a giant clay Buddha. And so some of the monks had the job of moving this big Buddha. And so as they were moving it, they discovered that they saw a little crack happening in it, and they got a little concerned. And so they stopped, and they decided they would just spend another day and figure it out, and then they would continue after they figured out what was going on. So one of the monks during this stoppage went to look at the Buddha, and he got out his flashlight. He's looking around, and he looks into the crack, and something catches his eye. There's a glimmer. And so he gets out a little chisel. You know, he's kind of got to be on the down low here because the other people are concerned. He gets out, and he gets a little piece of the clay off, and he discovers gold. He discovers gold. And so he tells the other monks, and they take all of the clay off. They begin chipping it away, and there's this beautiful golden Buddha. Now, this was in the 1950s. But apparently, many, many years before, this group of monks were in the path of being attacked by the Burmese army. And they didn't want the Buddha to be stolen. So they put clay on it. And they covered it in clay, and it became this big clay Buddha. Who wants to carry that with them, right? What value is that? But no one knew this because those monks were all wiped out when the army came through. So the story got lost. But the point is, what was on the inside was completely different than what we thought we were looking at. The value of what was there was completely different than what the monks thought. And the reality is, when we think about our own value, where is it stored? It's inside, right? Our value comes from who we are. And who we are comes from where? It comes from where we have been created. It comes from the fact that we are here. So, when we offer a prayer treatment, we sometimes say, God is, I am. And so if God is, I am, God is. So that value which I hold inside of me is the same value of the highest that we can find. Now, that may sound good, but what I really found interesting was a gentleman who wrote about the idea that you don't have to depend on a spiritual basis for this knowledge to prove that each individual is of value. Human exceptionalism does not require belief in a transcendent God, or indeed spiritual illusions of any kind, if we understand that what matters morally is not the capacities of the individual, which after all are transitory, but our intrinsic nature as human beings, which are innate. Capacities. How often do we confuse our value with our capacity? So everyone in this room has particular gifts, particular things that they can offer the world, particular abilities. So think about that. What's one or two that you have? Go ahead. Let's hear from a couple people. Tell me something you can do well. Camera work, yay! All right, let's proclaim it right here and now. All right. Anybody else? Listen. All right. I have the capacity to listen. We have the capacities to move, to walk, to play music, to speak, to do all kinds of different things. But those don't determine our value, because our value is intrinsic. What happens when one's capacity to do something disappears? What happens when someone physically becomes unable or mentally becomes unable to do something they once did? It doesn't change the person. It doesn't change who we are. What changes is just how we're expressing it. And how we're expressing it comes down to doing it from an absolute authentic space. An authentic space. So we get the opportunity to show up and be who we are. And be who we are. Desmond Tutu. Your ordinary acts of love and hope point to the extraordinary promise that every human life is of inestimable, I can't say that word, inestimable value. Your ordinary acts of love and hope. And when we show up authentically, we're just showing up as the ordinary. We're just showing up as ourselves. And sometimes we get to do that through some capacity that we have, and sometimes we just get to do it quietly in the corner, if you will. We just hold that space. We just know that truth. So the question becomes, do we know our own value? And I think one of the ways we can evaluate that is how often are we uncomfortable being alone? Because I've found that when that hits me, I am not feeling in a way that values who I am. I'm not able to see who I am on the inside. All I'm looking at is my capacities. All I'm looking at is the ways in which I perceive I haven't something, or I've done something incorrectly. So when we get to that place where we are really looking at ourselves and uncomfortable, we have to rethink it and realize, if I am that valuable, I have to recognize it. And when I recognize it, my life transforms. My life transforms. Things happen, things move. So we've seen that in our community. We've seen that in so many different ways, where we've just known that our value is there. Last week, I had the grand opportunity to let folks know what our financial status was. And made a request And I will let you know that we collected twice what we said we needed. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Why? Because we know our value. And as we hold the space for our value, what comes up around that shows up. A quick side note, we have a town hall meeting on Tuesday, which somehow we didn't get into the announcements. So we need you to check your bulletins, etc., and be there on Tuesday to get the follow-up on that. But I'll tell you a personal story of knowing value, because I've often not been able to do this. Robin was here for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, and we drove by a house down the street that was for rent. And we said, let's just see what that's about. And we called and we asked, and we ended up going over and checking it out. Nice house, basically twice the size of what I'm in now. 2-car garage, yay. And so here's the thing. Every outward sign, if you looked at my credit score, if you looked at my bills, if you looked at any of that stuff, if you looked at technically my record because of the way things have been paid, I don't qualify for a house by anybody's stretch of the imagination. But we just held the value that, okay, it could be ours. It could be ours. And we dropped an application off to the gentleman on, what night was it, Friday night at 7, and by 11:30 on Saturday morning, he'd called to tell us that we had the house, if we wanted it. And why I tell you that story is because the unique portion was, for me, was standing in that exercise place of just knowing my value and not being afraid that I was going to get found out, not being afraid that no one would ever do this. No sane person, maybe they're not sane, I don't know. But no one would actually rent to us. But we both were just in that place of, you know what? There's no reason why we shouldn't have what we want. And so we're just going to know that there's nothing in us that is going to stop it from coming. In fact, we, and each one of us in the room, are of a value such that the love and the abundance and the life that comes into our surroundings is just a reflection of who we are. And so often, I know I stand between it. I get in the way of it because I think. I had a brother-in-law once. His statement was, yeah, thinking, that'll get you in trouble every time, right? But it's true at some level. It's true at some level. Let me share with you something that Ernest Holmes said. Said, one by thinking can bring into their experience whatsoever they desire. Okay? If one thinks correctly and becomes the living embodiment of their thoughts. But here's the kicker. This is not done by holding thoughts, but by knowing truth. It's the knowing of the truth. And then the thoughts take care of themselves. It's the knowing the truth of our own value. And so I invite all of us to move beyond whatever anyone's ever told us. Move beyond whatever we've ever felt about ourselves. Move beyond the appearance of our current situation. whatever it is. I'm too young to do that. I'm too old. It should have been done years ago. Whatever that is, to move beyond it and know that your value is because you're you. And that value is inestimable, as Desmond Tutu says, and I can't. But it is. It's bigger than all of that. It's bigger than all of that. Ultimately, we contain the wonder of Spirit. We contain the fullness of God everywhere, all the time. And that is a magnificent thing that is within us. And so we move through any of these things that we think about ourselves, any of the things we've been told, any of the things that have shown up. And we have to go to the place of knowing that this power resides within me. Because that is my anchor. Spirit has shown up as each one of us. And that understanding will allow us to be clothed and fed and taken to the right place and find the right kind of friends and all the things that we need for us to be whole. And it will sustain our very existence. Because that is who we are. That is who we are. So remember this. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Our value does not decrease because someone else doesn't see it. And it goes for us as well. Our value doesn't decrease because we don't see it. We are still valuable. And so we always have the opportunity to shift that perspective and to trust our own value. So I would like to invite practitioners and ministers to circle the room, to hold the space of this love and this truth of the value that each of us brings, the value that each of us is. So let's just take a moment and be in prayer together and anchor this. And I know right here and right now that the one life, the one love, the one activity of the universe is present everywhere, and that this presence is my presence. This presence is each presence in this room. This presence is the life, and that life we all are an expression of. And so I know that when we look around, that every single person we see has a value that is so great because they are a perfect emanation of Spirit. No matter what we think we see, no matter what we have experienced in their presence, we know that underneath the clay, underneath the outer shell of who someone may have become or who we may have shown up as, beneath that is the golden Buddha. Beneath that is the perfect, almost unrecognizable value. And so we just anchor that. We know that this is the truth of who we are. This is the truth of our existence. And we know this truth for each and every person we encounter. We hold that space for perfection. We act in love wherever we are. We allow ourselves to show up authentically, knowing that we don't have to be anything, we only have to show up as ourselves. And so as we look at this and we look around the world and we just hold that space of value, for everyone. And know that Spirit truly is valuing each one of us because of the fact that we exist. So I am just knowing right here and right now that there is only love, there is only perfect expression of value, there is only grace. There is only the opportunity to know that we are indeed priceless. Our relationships are priceless. There is an absolute place within us where nothing can be taken away or given because it is fully us. And so I hold that truth right here and right now, and I allow it to be. I simply allow it to be and say, and so it is. And so as we continue this morning, I'm going to invite us all to consider from that place of our value, what is our abundance, what is the abundance of support and health and help that is happening here in the morning, what is our abundance monetarily that we can use to lift up this community and to help all of us move forward. So I'm going to invite people at home. There's going to be ways to donate going across your screen. People here, you can use the same ways if you want. And I know many of us donate online so that it's done. But if you'd like to just either really or symbolically come up and place your gift, that would be a gift, truly. So let's just hold our gift. I like to hold mine on my heart and speak these words. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of Spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. So it is.
I am a gift, no matter what age, no matter how I look, there's beauty in each stage. I am a gift, and I promise every day, when I look in the mirror, I'll say, I am a gift. I am a gift. I've loved really well, and every year I've lived has a different tale to tell. I've made mistakes, have some regrets, but I promise I'll never forget. I am a gift. I am a gift. There may be times when I forget the truth about me, when it seems time and youth are just marching on without me. That's when I might need you to find me and ever so gently remind me I am a gift, a precious child. I'm put here on this earth, but only for a while. So I make this vow, and I
I say it with love. I am perfect and whole and enough. I am a gift.
I am.
Oh, I am a gift.
I am.
Da-da-da-da, ooh.
I am. I
And there may be times when I forget the truth about me. When it seems time and youth are just marching on without me. That's when I might need you to find me and ever so gently remind me that I am a gift, a precious child. I'm put on this earth, but only for a while. So I make this vow, and I say it with love. I am perfect and whole and enough. I am a gift.
I am.
I have my own gift to bring.
I am.
You have your own gifts to bring.
I am.
So let's all take a moment and give. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Okay. I'm going to walk over here and grab the other basket. So as I hold these gifts, our giving is our receiving, and our receiving is our giving. So we bless these gifts right here and right now, knowing that they go to the work and the love and the creation of beloved community right here at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living and in our the greater world as we reach out. And so I give thanks and say, and so it is. So it is. All right. So, couple of things. Number one, I do want to remind you again that we have a special town hall meeting on Tuesday. The information is available. And then on Wednesday night is our drumming circle. So, we don't want to miss that. That starts at 5. So be here for that. Now, some of you may or may not know, we inaugurated something new today. And it's sparsely represented. Oh no, don't take your hat off. You have to put it on for this part. Okay, thank you. Took it off at exactly the wrong time, John. So here's the thing. In honor of Birthday Sunday, which this is, the first Sunday of the month, we're going to wear festive hats. We're all invited to wear a festive hat. So if you didn't wear one this month, remember it for next month, okay? So for May birthdays, I expect to see a lot of hats. In fact, I'll remember mine as well, so that'll be good. So today being the first Sunday in April, we are celebrating April birthdays. And so if you're at home or you're here and have an April birthday, we want to honor you. Now, if you're here and you're willing, I'm going to invite you to come on up and we're going to sing. Do we have any April birthdays in here? Yes, we do. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Okay. So you want to sing? But Ron will listen on his way up. He's coming. To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So not to put anyone on the spot, but I'm going to. I'm going to invite you to tell me one word or two about what you're claiming for yourself for this year. I'm going to start with you, Terry.
Health.
Health. Amen.
Abundance.
Abundance.
I just love being here.
Okay, we're just going to claim love and being present.
One word, no way.
All right, so let's just know with them that what they're holding for the year is what all of us are holding. So we'll just hold that with them. Happy birthday. All right.
Help me.
Thank you, Gil. I'm coming.
I know.
Okay. So what a joy it is that we're able to celebrate together today and come into that divine presence that we all are. So I celebrate you and want to remind you not to forget to take advantage of our prayer garden where our practitioners gather to help pray for you, with you, as you, for you. And then we'd like to invite you to join us for food and community later in the social hall. So hope to see you there. Thank you. What? Okay.
All right. I think we've reached the closing song. So if you please stand. This might seem a little longer than our usual closing song, and that's because it is longer. All righty. Wasn't that profound? Yeah, I'm good at pointing out the obvious. That's my job, I think. All right, ready? It's just me and John, and then, we'll all...
2, 3, 4.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Same verse again. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Hey, hey. Yeah. joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Happy Sunday.
So as we leave today, I'm going to invite us to speak this affirmation. So repeat after me. I know this truth. I know this truth. I am priceless. I am priceless. Turn to someone. You are priceless. You are priceless. And together, we are priceless. So go out.